So welcome to this video. My name is Alex, and in this video I am going to set you on fire. What on earth am I talking about? I will explain. Because there is some part of you which is desperate for freedom. There is a part of you which is being held prisoner without you even realizing it. So on one hand, every human being is longing for freedom, longing to bask in the light of truth. Because truth is good, and truth is everything. Everything your heart longs for, that's what truth is, and I'm talking spiritual truth. And it's what you need to open your eyes to. It's what every human being needs to open their eyes to, is spiritual truth, because it holds all the answers. It will clear up all confusion, wipe away all doubt, and fulfill us on the deepest level possible. That's why truth is essential. It's what we all need. But how do we open our eyes? How do we encounter that truth? Well, we have to set ourselves free, because we are keeping ourselves prisoner. Nobody else is doing it. So we can stop pointing the finger, stop laying the blame at the feet of others. No one, no force, no spiritual entity, no one is keeping you prisoner except yourself. So all these voices we have in our mind which weaken us, which tell us that we are faulty, tell us we're not good enough, tell us we're going to fail, tell us all these negative stories about how we should be afraid of this and that, and how we are at the mercy of all these different people and all these different organizations and all these different forces in the world. All those voices which disempower you are, when you listen to those voices, you become weaker and you allow yourself to retreat into your safe little shelter. And we all have our safe little shelter that we retreat into. You know, when we feel like, oh, you know, this world is just too dangerous for me, or this world is just too brutal and unkind. We all want to have our little safe space where we can curl up in a ball, like we do as a child. You know, curl up into a fetus position and just, you know, just maybe someone's going to take care of us. However, we are no longer children. We have to stand up and take our responsibility for our own experience and our own inner reality. Your responsibility is your own inner reality. However, most of us are listening to those negative voices, listening to the negative stories about the bad things that are going to happen in the future, believing the dystopian scenarios that the media is pumping our mind with. Listen to that voice, believing those pictures. And while we're doing that, we are overlooking what really it is we should be paying attention to. We're overlooking the beautiful truth inside of us, which is the divine truth, God's truth, if you will. And if we give our attention to that instead, and I'm going to show you how in this video, if we give our attention to that instead, then we will not want to listen to those negative voices anymore. We will not want to watch those negative stories, those negative scenarios on the TV screens, convincing us that the future is dark, the future is bleak, the future is dystopian and scary. We will not waste our time listening to those voices, because we will know the truth, and the truth is divine, and the truth is everything you need. But the truth is not some idea, some concept, some belief system. It's a reality that you have to perceive with your own senses, with your own mind, with your own heart. You have to perceive this reality, and it's a reality of light, a reality of deep goodness, and you feel that goodness. Your body, the circuitry of your body, the biological circuitry of your body is designed, built to house the goodness, to feel the goodness of reality, the goodness of life. You're built for that purpose. However, we have allowed ourselves to be rewired and become dysfunctional. So instead, our attention takes us away from here, takes us away from feeling. We're all thinking, we're all busy thinking, and we forget that we are feeling beings. We don't need all these thoughts. We don't need these ideas and these mental realities we create and we inhabit, like maps. It's like living in a map. It's two-dimensional. It can't sustain us. We don't need those mental realities. We need, in this very moment, right now, to inhabit our body, to be sensitive and open in our heart so that we can perceive the truth in this moment. It's all about this moment. So that's when inspiration comes. That's when we get a glimpse of what is real. And we get more used to living with that perception of truth, because we are not in here all the time. This is illusion. This is a labyrinth that will keep us going round and round and round into dead ends, into the darkness, into confusion, into conflict and despair and hopelessness. That's the source of all our confusion, and all our problems come from spending too much time in here. Because when we come back to our body, we feel the life force flowing through our body. We feel the goodness, the strength in our heart. And we allow that to dictate how we feel. So we allow our physiology, we allow the energy in our body, we allow the love in our heart to dictate how we feel instead of allowing our mind to dictate how we feel. Then we reorientate ourselves to this feeling reality. Not a thinking reality, but a feeling reality, which is so much more real, so much more nourishing, and so much more empowering. You are capable of amazing things in this world, truly astonishing feats that would blow your mind, wonderful things, but only when you are motivated by the goodness in your heart and the power and the energy in your body. Motivation is a force that comes from here, comes from within. And we all need enthusiasm. We all need enthusiasm, because if you have a life which is devoid of enthusiasm, then what kind of a life have you got? You've got a slow and dreary trudge towards an early grave, probably. You know, you've got a road, a grey, bleak road to walk along, which offers no joy, no happiness, no celebration, no satisfaction whatsoever. Very predictable life. And most people are walking down that path. However, I'm here to remind you that you do not need to, that life is so much more than we think it is. And life is a felt experience. Life is happening right here, right now, in your heart. And what comes from your heart is felt in your body. That is the flow of goodness. You could call it God's goodness if you want to, if you like the word God. I like to use the word God. It's God's goodness that comes from our heart, and it flows from our heart through our body, through our veins, to every cell of our body, and we feel the goodness. And this goodness gives us joy. This goodness gives us enthusiasm. This goodness gives us energy. It's a positive force, a force of transformation, a force of passion and determination. And that's what you need flowing through you. If you do not feel that flowing through you, then you'll find it hard to navigate life in a way that is in any way satisfying. You'll go through the motions, you'll have your pleasures, your addictions, your satisfactions, watching TV, eating all your favourite foods, going to the cinema, going to the pub, all the things that bring us temporary satisfaction. You can have all those and they'll keep you going for a while. But if you haven't got that core enthusiasm, that core connection to the power of life, which we are built for, biologically built for the power and the goodness of life itself, if you don't have that, then you're not really living. So I'm here to remind you how to feel that. So I don't want to talk too much. I don't want to give you too many words, even though I've already been speaking for 9.5 minutes. I don't want to give you too many words because I don't want to be a Mr. Motivator. I want to remind you how to turn your attention in the right direction so that you can remember what life is truly about. And we have to feel it, because peace, spiritual satisfaction, peace, satisfaction, happiness, joy, and freedom, they all come from our heart. They are all qualities of our heart, and our heart needs to be free. Your heart is longing to be free. And when our heart experiences its freedom, as it is longing to do, then everything makes sense. Everything makes sense. But I can't explain it to you. Nobody can explain it to you. You have to give your heart its freedom so that everything falls into place. And you understand that life is meant to be a joyful experience. And we are designed to be like a lighthouse for that joy. So if I was going to simplify it into a little kind of bite-sized sound bite, I would say this, that our purpose is to allow ourselves to be illuminated by joy, to allow joy to flow through us, and then to share that joy, to radiate that joy to all around us. And then that becomes a contagious, exponential, how can I put this, gift that you give to the world. A gift. You are, the joy within you is a gift. The joy that comes from God into your heart and that flows through your veins and that you share in any way you want to, using any creative skill you have, any passion, any pleasure that you get from creatively expressing your joy is good. And so you have the freedom, and it's a great freedom, it's a wonderful process to share your joy with the world in your favourite creative way. Mine happens to be music. You may have noticed on my YouTube channel that I share a lot of dance music because I find music is one of the most powerful things that exists in this world because it speaks directly to our heart. It's direct communication. It bypasses our mind. It bypasses our thoughts. It speaks to our soul. So beautiful music, which has certain qualities that speak to our heart and speak to our soul, is my passion. And I love to share music, but I love to share dance also. Because dance isn't logical. Dance is a celebration of the heart. Dance is a celebration of your freedom. It's something we do when we feel completely free. We feel like celebrating. We feel like dancing. So another way of kind of encountering that freedom, that passion within, is rather than trying to think it into being there, rather than trying to convince ourselves that we have reason to be joyful, convince ourselves to be happy, we just celebrate. We put on uplifting music and we celebrate as if peace on earth has just arrived. We celebrate as if all the problems in the world have vanished. Celebrate as if there is no reason not to. No reason to be negative. No reason to be afraid. Like all the darkness has gone from the world. All the fear, all the suffering. And we celebrate this great occurrence. It's wonderful when we just celebrate for no reason. Then something profound happens that cannot be put into words. And it can't happen any other way. It only happens through celebration. It can only occur through celebration. And it's in that space of celebration and joy that we connect to something. We connect to something which transforms our life. It changes our reality. And it gives us true perspective on what life is and why we are here. It gives us a true perspective. That means we see the light. That only happens when we choose to celebrate. So I'm going to share with you the next part of this video. I'm going to make it easy for you to celebrate. And all I want you to do is jump around and dance. If you feel self-conscious about dancing, treat it like an aerobics class and just jump up and down for 10-15 minutes, however long the music is. I'm going to share with you a piece of music, a piece of dance music, and there's going to be some visuals on the screen. But I want you to turn up the music, plug in your speakers, turn up the music, and I want you to jump up and down. You can celebrate if you want to. You can do what I said and treat it as if this is the moment you've been waiting for all your life. This is the moment. The freedom you've been waiting for has just arrived. The complete, perfect happiness you've been longing for has just arrived, and you celebrate. You celebrate this moment that you've waited for your whole life. You can do that, and I recommend doing that. If you find it hard to do that, then just treat this dance music section like a workout, a body workout. Just jump up and down, breathe, get your oxygen flowing, treat it like an aerobics class. And then you'll get into this mood. You'll get into the mood of joy and celebration. So either way, move your body. Turn up the music loud and, block out all distractions. Turn off your phone, shut the door, close your curtains if you want to. If it's nighttime, turn out the lights. If you turn out the lights, you'll go deeper. If you close your eyes, you'll go deeper into your heart, and it'll be a more profound inward experience, which I recommend. But you don't have to do that, but I recommend doing that. But whatever you do, move your body vigorously, dance, celebrate if you can, and enjoy this piece of music, because this is the most powerful way to connect to this hidden part of your being,